Welcome to Venator Chronicles Podcast, a revolutionary podcast
Not really.
by two dudes learning how to hunt. I'm Ethan Taylor.
And I'm Dustin Jelly. Here, we take hunting serious, and ourselves, not so much.
So sit back, enjoy the laughs and lessons.
Oh, we're
All right,
started.
Jeez.
Yep,
There we
we're
go.
recording. We're jumping in right.
All
in the
right,
middle of the
well, glad we
conversation.
could meet back up a week later, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
that's massive, and I appreciate you guys keeping all the same outfits
yeah.
just for continuity.
It's like the Great British Baking Show. It takes a period over a week, but they all wear the same clothes every time.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, so now jump into a little postseason. What did we learn, boys? We got a whiteboard behind the camera here.
We're official.
Yeah, I'm
We're
gonna keep
professional.
mentioning it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can actually see us. Hopefully, we do that more consistently. But we got a whiteboard behind the camera with just some general ideas we're grabbing from. So yeah, the biggest thing that we want to probably hit today at this point is what would we do differently,
Yeah.
right? And it's kind of broken down into subsections. We've got, let's say, gears, tools, skills, ability, group improvement, and
Kevlar.
drive process.
Kevlar sleeves.
Have more tourniquets.
Yeah.
tourniquets.
So
yeah.
let's start with the
Yeah,
commander in
geez,
chief.
Yeah, commander.
You're the
That's actually
mastermind.
that we voted and Isaiah's commander in chief.
Oh,
Where
okay.
was I for this vote?
Yeah,
You didn't
We
need
weren't
to be
able to make
present.
it to that meeting, but
it's the people who don't want to lead that typically need to be
Yeah.
the leaders.
yeah.
So that's why Ben
got
had to
voted.
relinquish it. Just kidding. It's like
It's another takeover.
it's like Game of Thrones again.
I'm gonna plan another kid for next season.
Oh no! So what we do differently? So we're talking about equipment first, or
Yeah. We could go gear. Gear tools. I mean, what kind of things are we learning? I mean, I've got like little things that I mean, I'll start. Who cares? I'm happy to
Hey,
talk.
Ben,
I'm
let's
happy
share
to
your thoughts.
talk.
Yeah, Ben. You know what? I will take over.
Yeah. Let me
go
hear your
ahead.
thoughts
I'll
right
expand
after
on
mine.
your amazing
No,
thoughts.
go ahead. Yep, gears and tools. That'd be the first one.
Well, I mean, I would start with my gun. First off, I got the scope. That's a
LPV.
Primary arms.
yes,
Primary.
exactly.
Who
Whatever.
are
he
sponsored
said.
by Primary Arms.
Gosh, Dusty is a hot mic right now.
Yeah,
dude.
why are you turning me up so high?
Continue.
You know
You
I
guys
like
go.
to
You
yell.
guys go. You guys go.
So,
Anyways,
just trying to be Grand Thumb over here. Maybe not the best reference. Never mind. I need better role models in my life.
anyways,
Power through, Ben. Power
it
through.
looks great on my gun. I
Did
did
look cool.
It does
I
look
did
really
shoot-
good.
Which reticle? Did you just get the new?
It's the Nova.
No, but that's what I'm running.
Ask that guy if
sweet.
you have questions for me. He's
All right.
He's the gun guy.
That's his gun representative.
So he's the gun guy, and then he's the gun guy that ordered me the gun,
and then David's our reloader.
and then Dave's the reloader.
I'm the fun guy.
He's the jerry rigger,
Give him the mic. Just
Did they
tell
not hear
everybody.
it? I'm the
They
fun
probably
guy?
did. Yeah,
fun
you are the fun
the
guy.
jerry rigger.
I'm like that old school. I got the 270.
You haven't, dude. You haven't changed a bit.
Woodstock wool pants. All the
Wood and everything else with it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who you are. That's all that
That's
matters.
what I identify as.
You can call me by Fud.
Anyways, going to a red dot because I got like
Oh, really?
zero shooting in on every
I would
deer
say.
tag. I mean, I'm going back and forth. It's great. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll sit some, and I'm like, each year, I'm like, I think I've
You didn't-
decided to
you didn't
sit
like it,
less.
though?
No, it worked great. I liked it, but like when we got that dump of snow, it got rough with it. And second, like I broke my scope covers, and I got a new one on there, and then I broke it again, and then I taped it up, and it's like I'm just gonna go with the red dot because I'm not shooting anything anyway. So
We'll be posting a photo of Ben post deer drive in the winter storm.
Dude,
I mean,
you had some aura farming going on with some of those photos, as the kids say.
yeah, him
is
or
that what they say?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they say.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what my kids
Yeah,
tell me.
yeah.
Okay.
Aura farming.
the pistol grip had like a 1/4 inch of ice like wrapped around the whole thing from just like trudging through snow hip high, and then obviously it's built up on all the trees. So like every time it comes down,
Yeah, my dust cover wouldn't shut because it was literally like iced open. But I literally had zero jams with my gun. Like
Nice.
every time I was shooting at trees in the woods. Or
plug for
ground.
BCM.
Yeah,
there you
dude,
go, gun guy.
keep
it was-
it oiled pretty well.
Every day I would take it apart and oil it. So because maybe I might shoot something someone might need to shoot. So
Well, you hit a lot of trees.
dude, I was on this year. I'll tell you that right now.
There's a
I mean, yeah. Anyways, so that's what I would do with that. I'm definitely adding a tourniquet to my kit. Yeah, and then that was basically it for me. The only thing is like some of the things we brought in this year to kind of test out the ladders. I liked them until they got iced up. But besides that,
Yeah, so you guys brought collapsible ladders essentially, right? Like in a
Telescoping.
telescoping. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
How do those lock into place?
They're like internal locks,
Okay. Okay.
but they work good when they're thawed.
yeah.
But that's like something we gotta. So like next year, if we decide to continue to use them, we're gonna have to bring them in, thaw them out, because
We just left them
after
in the
that
truck
snow
also.
dump.
You guys are
it
gonna have to.
I say everybody just get some climbing sticks and
They're so fast.
we
the
do-
ladders
not
are
the
so
climbing,
fast.
yeah.
Ben and I actually talked about this, so we will get into that.
okay.
Yeah. Well.
All right. I see where I stand.
He was here.
But the modifications that Derek did prior to season was huge because when I was out scouting and using the stands, it's like you just got the top of it and it's plastic and you're like trying to balance on a round tree. So he actually put on some metal on the top.
Like slightly V'd, right?
Yep.
I thought I saw some teeth that I can
that made a big difference. So
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, but they're super quick, especially like it was like second to the last day or something. One of the drives we were doing, pulling through, and Owen's like, "Why don't you get up into that?" We were trying to find me a tree, and Owen's like, "Why don't you get up into that one?" Wasn't prepped or anything, but having that ladder, it was like just right up into it, super quick.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, they work really good when they're thawed.
When we thought,
I thought
you
maybe
know,
gotta
wasn't
maybe
tons
gotta
of
oil
snow.
them like the guns at the end of the night.
Crisco. Just put a bunch of Crisco on them.
yeah, and then just modifying some of the straps that we're using to carry them with, I think would be
Yeah, those didn't
good as
work the
well.
greatest.
But I think the combination, I think it would be good to get into is the combination of using those ladders and then the stick harness.
Yeah, I think that was so. One thing, so all my life, essentially, as far as like deer drives, hunt and that type of hunting goes, it was like climb as high as you possibly can, and
And hope you don't
if
fall.
you see a deer, like you can, and typically you get to a spot where it's like, all right, I have my gun and I'm still holding on to the tree and I've got my feet hopefully in a decent spot or wrapped around the tree, and then you're like, oh yeah, if I see a deer, I need to take my hand off this tree, right? And then you're just like squeezing the tree with your legs and you're like, trying to shoot, and it's just like chaos. And I was seeing a lot of that from other people, and they did great for this. The setup they had, which was their hands and feet.
But I just thought like with how like the holiday, even like the holiday
I think
harness,
I-
25 bucks, $50.
No, yeah, it's like 50. You could even go for that, like just a rock climbing harness. You could find up like a Black Rock.
Are those cheaper? I thought.
Yeah, they're
okay,
cheaper.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like $30 to $40 for
With
just
a-
a
and
basic
throw a
one.
lineman's belt on
and
it?
yeah, you could pick up a lineman's belt for $30 and you're set for getting up in a tree.
Yeah,
and being
because
secured.
because once I started like at fully going to the saddle side of things, it
you
was
went,
like
you went full saddle,
full transition,
full saddle,
full
mode.
transition.
Never go full saddle
But basically, like every single tree. I mean, even though you can't, you sent me up some really good trees, dude. I really appreciate it. They definitely weren't super dead. I was literally in the trees, and I'm just like, if I move too quickly, it's just gonna snap.
Got to be where the deer are.
That's right.
But anyway, it was a huge shift in like I could shoot like 300 degrees easily, and with an adjustment, I could get to 360, and that's with both my hands on the gun all the way around. And so I was like, safety obviously would be massive. We've got stories from Mikey where he was like, "Dude, I don't know how I stayed in that tree and shot at deer." It was just
Well, I mean, the
like,
recoil of a 5.56. I mean, that'll knock you off.
Exactly.
another pro to that argument. But yeah, I think if everybody who plans or is willing to climb a tree, just throw something super lightweight on that you can carry, like just wear
Yeah.
all day. And then
I mean, we both have extras,
yeah, we
extra
do.
harnesses and
Yep.
ropes. And
Yep. And then get a lineman's belt, and so you can just flip it around the tree when you want and cinch yourself up, and then you can just lean back and rest into that. And then I think safety goes way up, and then I think their actual proficiency shooting will go up too.
Yeah, I was pretty worried about one of the trees that I had my son climbing right after the big storm. He's like texting me. He's like, "There's a lot of ice on the branches." I'm like, "Get up there."
Yeah, sounds real worried.
I was worried that with the deer would get away.
That's what he meant. That's what he meant.
No, but I was like, man, like when you mentioned like just harnesses, they're cheap enough where it's like everyone that's climbing trees just have them, and even like on the way up where it's like if you there's some place that's sketchy, be able to throw something around there because I mean, Dave, you've had a pretty crappy experience with trees.
I was just gonna
Yeah, share with us.
It was a same deal. We get out in a spot. My buddy was with me. He was from North Dakota. Just
So they have no trees.
Yeah, we were going into a spot that
what's a
we've
tree?
traditionally gone. No, that he came from North. Yeah, he's from here, but anyways.
So he's seen a tree or two. All right, all right. I
So we
digress.
go to a spot we haven't been there in years. We're like, oh, we've always shot good deer out here, so we go out there. And actually, funny story. I was like, Gary, you stay here. I'm going to go out further, and I'm going to get up one of those big white pines. You know, like
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he does this, but he convinced me. He's like, you know what? Actually, deer gonna you stay right here, Dave, and I'm gonna go out front. And what do I read? I'm like, oh, that's a good idea
That makes so much
because
sense.
they cleared it. So I get up in a tree like we do. We climb the trees, and it's a kind of an older white, I don't know, spruce tree.
Okay.
But it was right next to a birch tree, so I had some more branches coming across. It was easy climb, and it was cold. I mean, it was like 0 degrees, and I was not prepared for it. But I got up there, got 25 feet. I mean, it was quite a ways up there. I was feeling good. About 2 hours go by, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm gonna have to call him and be like, I gotta get down shivering. But then I hear a boom in his direction. That son of a gun did it again, and I'm like, Jackson, what did you shoot? What did you shoot? Just shot a big buck. And I'm like, I'm getting down, And so I'm shaking. I'm excited, and I'm working my way down, kind of how I did before. And actually, to get up the tree, I had to put metal pegs in,
Oh,
screw ins,
Yeah.
gross.
In
to,
winter,
to
sounds
get
fun.
up there, right? To get the first 6 feet, and so I'm getting down. I didn't get down 5 feet, and there's some old broken branches, and I just had to transfer from the broken branch real quick to the new branch that was thick enough to hold my weight. Well, it was icy, and I was transferring, slipped, grabbed the broken or dirty old branch that broke.
Jeez.
So I just went straight down.
No.
And I had time to think, like, dang, this is gonna suck when I hit the ground. And I just watching the tree go right in front of me. And luckily there was, it was a grassy area, and the pine tree was tapered. So when my foot hit the tree, it actually rolled me down to the ground, and I just went boom, flat on the ground. But it was just this, why am I doing this? It's stupid.
Yeah.
Man, it hurt, and I thought I broke my ankle, and I called Gary up. Gary, come get me.
He's like, right after this buck.
I fell out of my tree, and he's like, Dave, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack because I thought you were dead. And he gets me. I just had a rolled ankle really bad. Probably broke it. Never went in to check it out, but.
Like most
That's
men.
crazy.
I'm like, I want to see your buck, so I hobbled over to his buck and shot a dandy.
That's awesome. Not the fault. I'm glad he got the
He
buck.
shot my buck.
That's he shot my buck. That's
You
where
got a
were
rolled
supposed to
ankle.
go.
And I got a rolling.
Well, and that's the thing is like I was climbing. Ben sent me up some real nice trees. Where typically I can get by with one lineman's belt and like bypass branches with that one and just kind of hang on. And there was a couple trees where I was like, oh, I'm gonna use essentially the line I would use for my bridge to like have a center point on the saddle. And I was running two lineman's belts, so I could unhook one. Have one secured in the tree, and then throw the other one up higher, and then unhook the one that was lower, and keep going.
It was way safer than me.
Dude, it literally, I mean, and there were trees where I didn't use the lineman's belt at all until I got set up to shoot. But it was like any tree just felt super safe, and then I felt like I could actually shoot again, like being able to lean back. And it worked out. I mean, I
Brace
could
for
even,
that
I could
recoil.
I could even like rest my gun on my forearm on a certain amount of degrees or whatever before I had to freehand it or whatever. And I was like, dude, this is the ticket. And it was the first year I got to use it, so I was like, this is a game changer for sure. So it's not a huge entry to like get the harness and
I think
save
$75.
It'll
in
ruin
your
a whole
hand.
season for someone. It'll definitely taint the season for everyone if someone falls from a tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Well,
there's
that
a
was
higher probability of falling out of a tree than getting shot in my opinion.
Or stabbing
Well, the
yourself
first-
while cleaning deer.
The
that's
first tree
smart.
you had me go up in this year, or the first tree
That you
to
were
try the ladder.
supposed to go up
yeah,
in.
it was like one of the first drives, and I get the ladder set up, and I start going up it, and then I get to the branches. Instantly, when I go to step on them, first one breaks. I was like, "Oh, great!" So then I go to do another one. That one breaks. I'm like, "Well, I am not going up this tree because it's like it's too early in the season to get
To
hurt."
end it, yeah.
You only had
So then-
60 more feet to go.
I just stayed on the ladder. I was like, oh, this is a good spot anyways, because I can see like the whole clearing in the swamp. So I was like, I'll just post up right here. I audibly hear Ben, like as he's pushing through, like the disappointment in his voice when he came up to, because he had it all spray painted, like where I'm supposed to be and stuff. And I could hear him pushing, and all of a sudden I hear, no.
No regard for human life.
I tried hiding it so much because I was like,
So then
no
we
regard
had
for
a
human
little
life.
we had a little chat at the truck, and I was like, dude, like I put on a little bit of weight this year. I've been eating a little more, trying to get a little bigger, and I was like, well, yeah, I busted some branches, and I wasn't going to go up any higher.
I was totally fine with it, but it was the initial thing was like, where is? I can't see him from here, and I like, deer, come out here. I'm like, where? He should be able to see me from a mile away. I was,
Yeah, yeah.
no,
Well,
so
and I think another thing for me too is Dusty being the gearhead as far as like getting things dialed. He's so how Derek is your representative for guns. That's Dusty. Dusty's my representative for equipment. So I run out. I come out before Dusty's out because you came out the last weekend, and so I'm running my sticks and I'm literally just like carrying them under my arm
Four
on
sticks.
the way in. Yeah, 4 sticks. And usually it wasn't a long walk, but there was a couple that I was like, oh, it'd be really nice to not have to like hold these like this in case I see a deer. Like, and didn't want to like drop them and then shoot and then pick them up later.
And so when I was going to come out, and you had mentioned like, hey, we might throw you up in the tree, so bring your sticks and harness. I was thinking like, I don't want to be carrying my sticks. I'm thinking like, do I run a backpack and throw them in? I'm like, that seems like a pain in the butt. And then I was like, wait, I got some extra rifle slings and some other straps, and jerry rigged it, and that way I just take my sticks, put them together, strap them together, throw it on, take it off real quick and easy.
Yeah.
Come out, Ethan's like, oh, that's a good idea.
yeah, because I mean, walking in there, you
Yeah,
can shoot something
yeah,
and
I
then
don't-
not holding sticks or
Yeah.
dropping them or whatever. But I think the thing that I was most actually excited about changing up too is that utilizing the ladders, but then also with the sticks.
Having the versatility. I mean, I haven't carried the ladder, so I don't know what that's like.
We actually did the same sort of thing. Like what you did with the sticks, we just turned them into backpacks, and then like got some straps, wrapped them on them. You can throw them on your back.
Yeah.
The straps that we got were not the greatest, so we're gonna have to change them up next year. But yeah, it was the same thing, just
Yeah,
like a backpack style thing. You can carry it in, and you still got your rifle.
Yeah, and so like in talking with Ben about the ladders versus the sticks, it kind of changed from like ladders plus sticks because like you can do that first. What is it, 10, 12 feet? You can probably get up on those ladders. Or 8. I don't know.
16.
I haven't used.
Well,
16.
your
those.
ladder is 16, but the other ones are like 10.
Yeah,
the big
so
boy.
so being able to quickly just zip up the tree with that, and then if you're where you want to be, obviously you can just start climbing branches. You can throw a lineman's belt on if you're staying at that height, or you've got the option to go, I'm going to use a stick or two to get me a little higher, and then maybe that's where I set up. But just the versatility and being able to, because that's one thing we talked about a lot too, which we'll get to, but it's just the overall efficiency, because you've got 10 people out there all trying to get set up and ready, and then you've got 9 people standing around waiting for the last guy to get ready, and if he's up in a tree and it's a cumbersome task, anything to cut down the time would be huge.
Yeah, it was really hard watching you get in that one tree on the deer tree.
Was that the one where you guys were
I was literally like just looking at him. I was like,
You're like-
does it normally take this long? Like,
Come on,
I'm
bro.
like, dude, these deer are escaping right now.
Was that the one that you guys were all set up and I just
And you
showed
just
up?
like,
that we came
so
in.
we were
Dude,
already
come
running
on,
behind,
come
and it was
on.
like,
it was fine.
You were
It was
slower.
fine.
and I was like, dude, I could like if you just get a ladder up there and just throw up one peg, you're good. But,
Yeah,
well, it was
so-
a problem. You had a hill there, so you had to get up high enough where you could see.
yeah, I ended up using all 4 sticks. Yeah,
Yeah, so-
to get up there, but elevation, Jeff definitely changed.
Yeah, because the sticks take about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the tree you're
Yep.
in.
Yep. If you got branches to work around, all that crap. Yeah. Yeah. And there was actually trees I'll mention too. There are trees that they were so branchy, but it wasn't like pine tree branchy. It was like all tiny stuff that you just would have been battling the whole time. Where I was like, dude, I want a ladder right now. Like, just get me 10 feet up, and then I'll just wrap my
Clear.
lineman's belt around, and I'm good. And that was on a different drive that I was like, yeah, that sucks. And it ended up making it so I wasn't in the spot I actually wanted to be in. So yeah, having some sort of hybrid system where we're kind of like utilizing the best of everything we can.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you out though, Dave. Scope covers.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I've never.
We need to upgrade your
He
scope
really,
covers.
he really changed his tune.
No, yeah.
I've done this a long time. I battled
Good.
through it.
I've always just hunted hand over the scope, just deal with it, you know. Because my train of thought, I always thought, well, scope cover, if you get water in there, it doesn't matter. Now you got something in the way of you wiping it down. But I totally on your
Okay.
side now.
Okay,
I'm totally
sweet.
like, man,
He's a
scope covers
converted
actually
man.
work really good.
No, so the Vortex like rubber ones.
Yeah.
that's what I have on my other guns. They work great
When you
because they
get
flex.
some of the new ones though, like it's just the cover and then it's held on by like a ring and then it's got some like stretchy cord, so that way it just like flips up. I'll show it. I'll
you like
send
the
you a picture.
bikini one, like it just
Not quite.
Okay.
Yeah, but sort of. Those are way better because those you can bump them; they just slide up and pop them back down. Versus the traditional ones, they break pretty
Okay.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, discuss off air, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
To
I
figure
guess.
out what he's
Pull the
talking about.
picture.
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah. I gotta show you now.
Iron sights, just got to go iron.
Yeah, I gotta go iron sights,
That's it.
lever action 30-30. That's the only thing that's worth shooting,
That's what
boys.
real men use.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what other gear? I mean, that is, I think, a massive one for the group. Both safety and effectiveness of actually shooting from a tree is like feeling like you're secured to the tree. Because, yeah, I've already harped on that enough. But what other stuff did you have in mind?
Everybody needs to have a knife.
Oh my god.
No.
Thank you for
Everybody
bringing
needs to
that.
Yeah.
have 3 knives because 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is the minimum.
Dude, we go as light as possible. We're just like, we never had any issues like not having knives.
It was like one of the last drives is like whoever shot the one that was way in the middle of the swamp. They're like, I don't have a knife out here.
Well, I was
Or
like
a
the
roll
deer
or
I shot.
yeah,
walk
can
up,
somebody
like,
bring me a knife? It's like, why don't you have a knife? Now somebody's got to walk 800 yards to you with a knife.
Yeah, and then the guy with the knife had to gut out the deer.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
pretty
'cause
sure I
this-
sent you to
did.
Derek. It wasn't my deer though, so in my Derek literally he gets done with this super long drive, and it's me and George standing out there,
Oh.
and Luke had shot a deer, and Derek walks up to, he's like, oh, I can't believe it, Luke doesn't have a knife. He's like, Ethan, you got a knife? And I'm like, I don't have a knife.
You don't have a knife?
I
Why
didn't
don't
have
you
one.
carry a
I didn't
knife?
have it on me.
Why not?
Anyways, you're not my mom. You're not my dad. You're not my real dad. And then he goes to George. He's like, George, you got a knife? And we're like, So I literally, either way, I was coming because that was the drive that you had some shots on the deer. And I was like, I'm going over to Dusty. And then that's when I had stopped you. I was like, Dave, you got a knife? All right, head about 3 miles that way to wrap around. And
I don't.
Yeah, and I'm like, after I'm done pushing, I'm like, I am not going over to that deer. So like, I'm following Ethan out of the woods. We're gonna go over to Dusty.
Well, I think we need to have a standard for what kind of knife you have on you. Because the one that you gave me, sweet looking knife. That was horrible for going through the ribs. My hand
All
was
right.
like gonna slip over the blade.
All right,
Cut
well.
myself. I do a rib cut, but
Yeah, it almost would have been better not to have a knife.
I would have rather done it with my teeth. But
Gosh.
Well, let me know what kind of knife I should carry next year, and I'll have 2 of them.
whatever you're okay with losing, because if you give it to
We
me,
about lost that.
More
where's his
knives.
knife?
Yeah. So,
More sponsors.
so a Bowie knife.
Yeah. No, but definitely knives.
Yeah, that was a big one. And like you said, tourniquets. Tourniquets, make sure everybody has those. It was funny after your incident, Derek. I was like, oh, good. I kept it on my backpack. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I go out to my backpack and it's not on it. I was like, all right.
Not even the tourniquet though. It's like even something as simple as like, we talked about it before, like boo-boo kits. Just first
Yeah.
aid. Like just gotta have something. Like even
Yeah.
gutting, you're gonna cut yourself.
Electrical tape.
Yeah, I did that a couple
Yeah.
times.
Duct tape, electrical tape, yeah.
I will say it was really nice. I was running a chest rig, And I mean, besides just being able to carry a bunch of mags, like it was just really nice to be able to have everything right there, you know, from the tourniquet and the boo-boo kit to just being able to put my phone in a spot that wasn't me in my pockets, could quickly access that for when
Really
we're trying to
pulls the whole
communicate.
LARPing together.
It does, you
yeah.
know, and it's a really great look. You know, you're walking into a
I've said it
gas
before.
station.
We look like we're
It's-
an orange covered SWAT team.
Well, I
It's
was like,
you get out,
my
it's like
dad had-
everyone's kidded.
My dad had texted me like that. I don't know if it was that day or the day before I came out, and he's like, "Hey, what you doing this week?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm going out to the annual Wisconsin militia training." He's like, "What?" Deer hunting, dude.
I did make the joke that if there was a universal, like if we were invaded, the universal would be we're all just wearing orange, so we know what side we're on. Like we just be like, well, give them a
Everyone's got
chance
orange.
to.
Well, actually, it was interesting. So this last spring, I got to go to Fort Benning to watch my brother compete at the International Sniper Comps, and so they had tons of other countries there competing. One of my big takeaways was how well prepared the average redneck is, or well equipped, equipment wise, the average redneck is in our country compared to even like some of the elite units in these other
Really?
countries. Yeah, like they don't have suppressors, they don't really have like half the gear that just our basic rednecks are like. Yeah,
You're like, oh,
run it.
we're,
Yeah,
we're okay.
Like, we're rocking pretty well in this country. There's a reason Wisconsin's the world's 9th largest army, I think.
That's
Deer hunting
insane.
week.
That's insane. Isaiah, did you have something? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you grabbed it from Dave.
I'm convinced that we all need that thing that I got for my phone that flips down.
Dude,
Oh, dude.
I want that
Yeah.
real bad. I'm not gonna lie.
That is super nice,
Yeah.
especially when you're driving, you get snow and you're
So
trying
we
to
can
get
use
in your
our
pockets.
Yeah,
Yes.
it'll be nice for the drone footage. I mean,
Deer's going left. Deer's going left. Shift. Everyone shift. Let's scoot out the back.
We must be running the radios at that point too. Then,
yeah,
huh?
little comms. And
No, that would
drones.
be well, not legal side though. Like doing the comms would be sweet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just tough because, like, from that safety perspective, definitely super nice, and it's just tough when, you know,
What's so Ben? What's actually?
Legal-wise.
I mean, we're talking about it, so let's talk about it because a lot of people, including myself, like the assumption is like you can't run comms.
So yeah, that's what I thought for many years. So I talked to the DNR a lot, and I got to meet the guy at the Hunters Expo too, which was pretty cool. The actual warden of the whole area,
Philip, right?
What?
Philip, what was his name?
Phil Brown.
Phil Brown.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
yep. So
His mom calls him Philip. Sorry, guys.
Jeez Louise.
So the definition of party hunting. So when you're party hunting, it's not just guys going out in a group and shooting deer together or just in the woods together. Party hunting is where you are using other people's tag. That's the definition, to the best of my knowledge, talking to them. So I asked it in as many different ways as I could. And party hunting, if we went out with comms, you can't use comms when you're party hunting. So if we went out early season and we were using comms and not using anyone's tags for other people's tags, perfectly legal. If you're using other people's tags, that's where you would have the issue. Is because then you would be, I'm not in the amount of distance. So like you have to be in a certain amount of distance, not distance, but it's visual or sound for that be able to use the other person's tag.
Okay,
And so you can't use comms to do that.
gotcha.
So-
Just so I'm clear too. So if you're using comms, like I have a comm, you have a comm, then I shoot this little 3-point buck, and I'm like, I don't want to tag this buck. I'm forced to tag that buck,
Yep.
right? Because then that would be considered
Your
party hunting if you tagged it.
if someone else tagged
Right?
it.
You can't, yeah.
Keep that in mind, right?
Yeah. So essentially, you can only use comms if you have a tag.
Yeah,
Yep.
you intend to shoot and keep.
I
And
think
Al-
even that'd be something to dig into. Is like intent. I don't think they would if someone were to come out and be like, "You're using comms. Do you have your own tag?" Well, I don't intend to shoot anything. It's like,
What,
what does that
out
mean?
there?
Yeah.
Right. So I'd be curious about that too.
Definitely, we do need to get.
But here's the
Yeah,
a
full
DNR
clarity.
officer.
Yeah,
it
full
would be fun to
clarity,
explore
yeah.
that.
Have them sign some papers.
Yep,
We actually do have to have them sign papers.
media papers.
Well, I mean, my thought is it would be for the people that are driving, and like, so I
Yeah.
didn't get any deer this year pushing. So, and I think maybe only a couple people did, but if the people actually doing all the pushing or walking, head comms, it'd be super helpful because when we're on those big drives and trying to fill in the gap to push the deer, I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Well, that one for your buck, I couldn't hear Owen at all, and I mean,
I could barely hear him.
Yeah, and I mean when we had all that snow with the hooting and hollering and everything, couldn't hear him
that
at all
is
to where he
crazy.
was.
The amount that snow dampens
Sound was nuts.
I thought everyone was shooting suppressed. I was like, wow, that's really quiet. Like 200
That was
yards
wild.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ended up being like we started good, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, where is everybody at? In like, you know, using Onyx too to try to figure out about timing where we're all going to start pushing, you know, the
Yep.
one direction.
Well, that's where, like, when we set up that deer drive, it was like, I'm going to shoot this many times at this point. That'll let you know where I'm
Yeah.
at.
And even shooting,
But
it's
then
like,
it's like-
you can barely hear
Yeah.
anything, and I didn't even have ear pro in.
That's wild.
That's another thing, ear pro. So I'm convinced that everyone should have ear pro that you can actually hear.
So electronic, where you can hear
Electronic.
the lower
Yeah.
decibel stuff, and then the
That's actually why I stopped using it though, like for that one. So the drive that we pushed out that buck to Ivory, I had it on and I could barely hear where Owen was with that on. So then I ended up taking it off, thinking it would help. But it must have just been the snow. It was
Yeah.
like that snow was just dampening everything.
So I didn't wear.
I'd like to make a
any
case
ear pro.
for everyone has to run suppressors.
Not the people pushing.
That's fair. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Run a
I
300
literally
blackout
I
suppressed.
literally like it is. There's. I mean, obviously, like I had the electric one or the. How would you even phrase it?
Yeah, electric.
Yeah, electric ear ones on where I could hear stuff in the lower decibel range, but it was off. Like it was throwing the shots like further to the left, and I was like, I hate this. So I would take them off because I was like, I need to hear where people are actually at. And then one time because I didn't have ear pro on, I actually had heard a deer crashing because I was like, what was that? And I look over and then a deer had come out of the woods or whatever. And so I am hoping to operate that way. But at a minimum, having it where you can actually at least
Yeah.
Yeah.
hear some stuff.
Especially for the people coming out of the woods.
Exactly.
Having
We had
active.
a couple people say like, "Oh, I didn't even hear you guys coming out." I'm like, I can hear Ben all the way across, but I didn't hear you guys. And I was
Jeez,
like, "Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's you
like-
definitely want to not do that.
yeah."
What any more gear and tools that you guys would switch up or improve from this year?
I mean, I'm just really wanting a 1-6 scope that actually has a nice Christmas tree reticle, but also that fits my budget.
Good
So that's what I'm asking Santa for.
Yeah, no.
So, because apparently, yeah, it'd be nice to have something to hold over when you're shooting at 400 yards.
plinking away.
Did you feel like the shots wise that the positions you were in, is everything like 300 and closer, or were you? Because you were up in a tree a lot of the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Most of the time, I mean, it was a lot closer. It was like 200 yards and in, but
That one was
except for
out.
that one,
That
yeah,
one was
the
out
one
there.
time. So anyhow, it started blasting.
What are you running for your optic?
Yeah, that same primary arms.
So
Nova.
that same
yeah,
one?
that one, the 6
So
Nova.
when you sighted it in, you were checking your holds.
Yeah.
How was it lining up? Because you run an 11.5. Don't
Yep,
you?
yeah.
So how does that line up with yours?
So it lined up pretty well out to 300.
Yep.
And then I
Then it
didn't
kinda
have
just dropped
I didn't
off
have a
after?
chance to go to a range to push it past 300, and I figured for hunting
Yeah.
wise,
Yeah.
I wasn't
No
I
deers.
wasn't expecting to
Yeah.
start lobbing.
150
Yeah,
in.
yeah, I was expecting a couple
Yeah.
hundreds, but yeah, out to 3, I could hold with that third.
I'm just curious because I run the same thing with a 14.5.
Okay.
So it's like everything to 200 is with the dot,
Yeah.
and then it's like right under is 3. And then
Okay.
it lined up pretty good for all of
Yeah.
the hashes all the way out.
Well, my problem too, I was running the AAC ammo I have was their batch that had that lower powder grade, so it's going a little bit slower
Slower.
than the rest. So, which I'll change that out next year.
Dave, did you say you're gonna use a different gun next year or build?
I'm gonna try to get.
What'd you run this year? What'd you run this year?
I 6.5 Grendel.
Okay.
In a 20-inch barrel.
Yep.
And it actually, I was very impressed with the damage it did, because traditionally you want pass through, and I don't think the Grendel really does it. because I've shot deer with the 123 SSTs, the 130 Game Changers, and it's just been, it's like an arrow. It's poking holes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've killed deer with it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing internally. But then these 95 grain VMAX, man, it's like a
Carnage?
270. It was carnage. It was bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's great. So
Well, I thought your gun did good, and you did real good this year too. Like for quantity wise and accuracy, that was
yeah, I definitely, doing this type of shooting where it's running deer, I'm just not there yet, and I recognize that. But I killed a lot of deer, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
But for your question, I am going to try to do either the 308 and AR-10 or
Yeah.
6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
So that'll be fun.
Ooh, another piece of gear. The getting a shooting stick.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, yeah. So this was the first year that I got one, not for myself, but for the group if they needed it.
Ben's just
Because I'm like,
pushing.
there's some longer
Ben.
shooting, and so
There's no trees to get up in, and you're just standing on the ground.
Yeah. So I got one double or tripod, no, bipod.
Bipod.
Yep, and then whatever you got. So
I got him on the stick.
yeah,
I was running a tripod,
yeah.
so
And then George
brought
was
it once.
the rest of the time you're in a tree. And then George had his. He had to have one for.
It was like the mono. It was mono, where it was just
mono
like a.
stick,
He
yeah.
basically had
His
this just
50-pound gun.
Yeah.
he
dude. That thing
needed
was
that thing.
huge.
Press.
And this year, that's the first time I've used a stick like that, and I've really learned like there's some scenarios you don't want to use it. There's some scenarios you absolutely do. The scenario like you closer range maybe, and you have like 270 degrees of shooting. If you're on that stick, it's kind of hard. I mean, you could drop the stick, but it's that extra second.
Yeah.
Well,
think.
see, I actually had an occasion where I was standing in a clear cut, so there's no trees to get up in, and I had Ben's bipod with me, right? And I'm watching this tree line, and they're pushing left to right across my face, and so my primary area that I was covering, it was probably like 100, almost 180 degrees, not quite, but I could pivot basically that with the stick, and I'm like, anything outside of that, I have to just drop it
Yeah.
for me to have a chance. And it ended up being that scenario where it was like the deer came out and it was like coming across like completely different direction. And so I think it still was valuable to have it because I felt so secure and like steady, like within that range. And so it's like, here's the high odds of where I'm going to shoot. And then if something else happens, then we're in the Wild West again.
Yeah.
It isn't really changing, but I think just making sure people have it.
Throw it on a sling like you were like the sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like just have it on your back.
yeah. If you're not running a sling, man.
I'd rather have it and not need it.
Were you not running a sling?
Ben didn't put a sling on it for me.
So you weren't running a sling?
Sling on the gun, but not on the
Yeah.
bipod. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry
gotcha.
about that.
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't get everything.
Everything wasn't. We haven't arrived at Dusty. Okay, jeez.
You guys haven't thought this
You
through.
weren't doing it.
Yeah. But
This is why you guys kill things and I don't, because I'm back here thinking about I'm going to make this equipment better.
Really, it was mature of you to say.
Yeah. You just call me Q.
You were in the middle. of
no,
saying
I
something.
lost it.
All right, it's gone. It's gone.
We
It's
can move
gone.
on to like skills and abilities or something.
I will say slings though. Like I know everybody's got their preferences, but at least for the little 11.5, I found a sling that I really like was the Warrior Poet one that John Lovell created.
Yeah.
What's really nice about that, at least for the shorter one, I didn't necessarily like it when I was running my 16-inch, but for the little 11.5, it worked perfect because it's got a little bit of elastic
Yeah.
bit in it, so I could run it, and it was secure enough to just like drop it in front when I need it, but bringing it up, it was just enough tension to where hold everything in place, but give you enough room, and man, it was just really nice with that 11.5.
So that has
Does it-
an
does it-
elastic?
yeah, it's got a little bit of elastic.
That
It
would be
was
so
Not the
nice.
whole thing, but just
just a
small-
little bit.
Yeah, but that's what so I was finding with the sling I was using, it's like you have to try to like get it in the perfect spot to have
Yeah.
the amount
Yeah.
of tension, but then as soon as you change, if you're twisting and contorting, I would literally take it from like
behind my shoulder and under my armpit to just around my neck when I was up there, so I
Yeah.
could have the full 360.
Yeah, and that's what I
So
found
having-
like running the Magpul one before running some comps this summer. I was just doing too much like fidgeting with it, and where's that
Does
Warrior
it have the
Poet.
quick adjustment on it?
It
too?
does have a quick adjustment, but I found where it just I could set it one
got a
one
little sweet
length and
spot.
just
Gotcha.
boom.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah. That'd be good. All right, skills and ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
No ability
what,
at all.
I mean, essentially, like where we felt, like where you fell short. So for like me,
Walking.
no, that was Micah, and I hope you hear that, Micah. And guess what? Your name, I'm looking right down the barrel of the camera. Your name is Pam. That's your nickname. It means piss and moan.
Whoa.
Please be watching on YouTube because I'm pointing at you. No, it was not the walking, David.
See, I was like, hold up, that's my
I
protege.
biffed it too.
I
so.
know. We'll talk after, isn't it? No, but
I feel like I missed something here.
he complained a lot.
Oh, from walking.
He was just. Are you sure? it was
Choose your words,
complaining? Yeah,
I was
wasn't there.
referring to the falling
Wait,
in
you
the
guys
snow.
didn't choose your words wisely about me, so why should we spare
we're not-
others?
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to harden him, right? And that's what we want.
Yeah, tough love.
That's what we want. Ben's biting his tongue.
Yeah, Zaya, please chime in.
Wait, so y'all tore into him for complaining?
Not yet.
Why not?
We
That's
will
right.
shortly.
That's what
let's do it publicly.
Here it goes. Okay, we were tracking a deer, and he was. Oh man, this is
Wow.
really hard. Oh, I should have done cardio. And the whole time I'm like, is he like hinting at me stopping tracking the deer?
This is when the snow was like up to your thighs.
Yeah.
And I was like so confused. And I'm like, I don't know if he like wants me to stop or.
Just gotta get
Like,
everybody in the gym.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And so anyway, I came up with Pam because also he chirps me, so we just send it right back
Yeah.
to you, brother.
You two got something special going on.
We really do. We really do. But in fairness, the thing, skill and ability, I need to get out to the range.
Yep.
Yep. There we go. All right, next.
We doing some range training
range
this
day
next,
we're doing cardio.
next summer?
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Every range day we're doing
Yes.
sprints into shooting.
Yeah,
There we go.
We're going
he's
to do
weighted.
no more standing still.
Yep.
Everyone's going to be running sprints.
Deer hunting or
Little hand.
Why can't it be both? Why
Goes
can't it
hand
be
in
both?
It's all the same.
Why can't it be both? I want to be able to throw a deer over my shoulders.
yeah,
like Cam Hand.
Cam hands.
Cam Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, no. For me personally, definitely, as far as skill and ability, I just need to get to the range before the season, and so I can feel confident, like where I'm putting my shots or where they're landing.
And running one rifle.
Yeah. That would be real nice. That'd be real nice. Oh, yeah.
Not putting a suppressor on it midway through the
Dude,
season.
game changer though, dude. Game changer. Didn't kill any deer after I did, but let me tell you,
I'm saying,
game changer.
had you not thrown a suppressor on, that one deer might have been yours.
Could have been.
You
Could have
threw
been.
it off.
Did you threw on a suppressor Mitchie? Oh.
No, David was the one going on and on about it.
I was just wondering,
Oh, you weren't-
did you shoot your gun to see if it shifted your point of
Yeah,
view?
later that morning
Yeah,
At a deer.
at a deer.
this is the perfect time to do it.
I've seen some major shifts in some.
That's what I was
YouTubers.
That
saying.
was brought up.
That's also.
That's what I was
It
saying.
wasn't
It's
David, it was
velocity, too.
George.
It
It
was
was
George.
George.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm embarrassed that I did. We'll just put it that way.
You know what
I'm
was
embarrassed that I did.
hilarious?
There's
is-
all of us were like, "What are you doing?" I want to be able to hear.
I did want to be able to hear quite badly. Quite badly.
Listen, I didn't have a problem running that 11.5 without any hearing.
Really?
What? no, actually, I didn't. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like
The first day I went out,
I don't know if that's just where my
I
hearing
had like
is at.
three rounds. I mean, like granted, I've had a lot of concussions, and so my head gets jarred super easily. But like I was shooting, I shot I think 3 rounds without, and I forgot ear pro, and I was literally paying for it the next 2 days.
Oh, I don't know.
It was
Wow.
brutal.
I didn't have ear pro the whole time, and I probably shot like 400
I would
rounds.
say you shot the most out of all
Yeah.
of us.
To it.
Yeah.
The ringing comes naturally.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not normal. That's not normal.
Oh, why am I dead?
Are you dead?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe it
tipped.
fell off. I'm wiggling too
Jeez
much.
Louise.
You got your ears back?
No,
Are you?
We're
I
working
feel
on
like the
it.
world's dead to me.
Technical difficulties. You just tell me when, Dusty.
I'm not on. I can barely hear you. Can't hear you. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Jeez,
great.
so you're pulling me.
I know. I'm trying to get the
There
right
we
amount.
go.
There you go. Oh, we're
Jeez.
bouncing on a
All
rack
right.
for those not
Man,
watching.
We really need to upgrade our.
Good thing we
equipment.
got all these horns to balance
Jeez
it out.
Louise. Gosh, these.
I have a question.
Yeah.
where are we at again? Abilities, right?
Skill and ability.
Skill and abilities.
Yes.
Now, maybe I'm going to go back a little bit to
That's
more
okay.
equipment, but
Yeah.
it kind of is in that vein. So, for you, and the reason I'm asking this because I remember Isaiah, he's running a 77 grain bullet, and we chronoed, and it was going, what, 2200?
2250.
Yep, that's
2250?
right about what mine was going.
So you do know that.
Yeah.
So I think that's, for a lot of people, we need to know what our bullets are doing.
Yeah.
And that's where, like me, that's my funness. Like, I dive into the reloading realm and seeing, and I haven't really dived in too much of the terminal velocity, like hitting a deer, what it's doing at the deer.
Yeah.
And the different bullet makeups.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, how many foot-pounds of energy is that at roughly 400 yards?
Yeah. So, I mean, knowing your range.
Might as well throw it out.
It's probably that's why it's survived for so long.
Yeah.
Bouncing
And
off.
it really comes
Bold
in
of you
this
to assume you hit it.
Yeah.
with using, the 5.56 223 is knowing your limits. I mean, like, and we brought this up with like, oh yeah, people use bows, but I mean, it really does come down to shot placement. But
Yep.
when it comes to that, like, are people like, okay, only neck and head at this range, or
Leading running deer.
leading running, and that's
Which
why we
apparently-
overcompensate.
Dude,
with
that actually-
60
You know how many
pounds.
mills you have to lead a running deer at 400 yards?
Why don't you tell us, Dusty?
A lot. A lot more than I was.
Now, I've always been told that a running deer 100 yards, you aim for the nose because you'll hit vitals.
With what round though? That seems like
That seems like such a huge
It's a
combination.
pretty, I mean, a
full
generic round of like
30,
2700 at
30?
the barrel. But
That's crazy
Yeah.
to me.
yeah, if
Although
you
I
do the
will
math,
say, I
yeah.
will say that after you told me that, I had 2 does come running out of one of Ben's drives on the worst day of the hunt. My
So
left eye
brutal.
was frozen shut. Like I was literally using the bridge of my nose to block the wind so I could still see through my scope. But 2 does came out running across, and I was like, oh yeah. Well, I didn't think it consciously, but I thought about it leading up to this. I was like, oh, lead him. And so then I had let him, and it was like,
That is definitely the hardest thing. Like, even doing a lot of comps, you're not leading anything.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I might go to edge or so, but I'm not leading anything and trying to move with it.
yeah.
And then like that, that's definitely, one of those hard things to prepare for. Unless somebody wants to make a moving target.
I had one and then someone shot it off twice.
We need some better steel cable.
I
Yeah.
thought we need flip targets. You hit a button, it flips up. So we could have several, like 3, and just say, okay, stand ready, and then someone hits a button. and
I'm
that's
all for
quick
whoever
shots.
wants to make those, Derek.
Can figure it out.
Not calling anyone out specifically. Thank you, Derek.
But going to the skills and ability, like I'm sure each of you have something you might do different. But like as a group, what I was thinking that we need to do more, and a couple different people mentioned it. Those like we got multiple different tools we're using, and having like, I mean, I was thinking like even color coded like on people's chest to be like this is their abilities. So then I know
Doesn't
placement.
work for me.
Derek, we'll just put you. No.
You get to wear a rainbow one. Don't worry.
Yeah, just everything. No, but like, so we got people that can that have sticks. So they have the sticks and they know how to use them. And then you have people that can't climb trees at
Wait,
all,
that's also
or
me.
or they can't go up super high because they're not comfortable, right?
Right,
And then you got people that can use climbers, but they don't have sticks. I would like to get just away from the climbers because it's not as good as I used to think based on you guys' podcast talking. But
Yes, changing the world 1% at a time.
so I mean, we got sticks, we got ladders, and then we have the trees we're climbing. So just ladders, pretty basic. Anyone can use them. Sticks, like I think it'd be good to like actually have some training for different
Yeah,
people, even if
you
they're
need
not,
it.
even if they're not theirs. If like we got extra sticks between us, and it's
Got
like we're
those.
switching up positions, and then everyone have that's going to be standing. Implementing the safety harnesses.
Yeah.
So like anyone going in a tree, I want them to have it because that would just ruin the whole season. So we got that aspect, and then we have like the kind of 3 different tiers of like tiers, but like so we got like
Tier 1.
so we got like mid
Bravo team.
I'm not getting into that. So we have our mid range shooters. So I'm thinking like 50 yards to 100 yards, so they have time to react and it's open or whatever. And then we got like our 100 to 200 plus long range shooters.
And their guns being specifically set up for that, on
Correct.
top of the skill set.
Yes. And then we got our like pinch point spots. So that's like 1 yard to maybe 50 or whatever, and it's just close range, quick shooting. So like people, I wouldn't say. So there's some people that mentioned they didn't like their positioning because
Of the weapon.
of the weapons they either had, which determines it, or
You know. Continue, Ben.
You talking to yourself?
so weapons, and then the abilities. And, so like they're whatever they got for a scope or red dot or whatever. So there's not many places I can put. If I got 7 positions on this deer drive for people to set up, there I can't put like a pinch point guy. I mean, I can put Zaya, but not every pinch point guy in like an opening with like a 400 or 300, 400 yard shot. So it's like if people are able to have different guns. So we talked about having multiple guns. It
I've
seems
thought about that next year, bringing out
Yeah,
a
so
couple
then-
different options.
and then you're able to be in different positions. So that's where it's like the different abilities with the different combination with their actual skill abilities and then their tools. So really being able to have people like get more drivers. I mean Derek, he's good with driving and doesn't have any issues at just as long as he gets meat. Owen, he's just forced to. He wants to sit a lot, but he's amazing at pushing. But he
All
wants
that
to pull
young
the trigger.
energy.
Dude,
I mean,
no, it's hilarious. When Ben and Owen are pushing, I literally can't differentiate the two. Like the hooting and hollering, the shooting, all of it. I'm just like, is that Ben or is that Owen? Like, continue.
no, so I mean, just like if people want, like this is kind of where I'm at. Is like if people want to be in different positions, they gotta be able to either train someone in to do their position, or have the different tools to do it. So like if people want to be like, oh, I want to get more shooting, it's like
Make yourself valuable.
Yeah, like come out to the gun range, prove yourself on the gun range, and yeah, so
Climb a tree.
climb a tree.
Climb a tree and shoot. That's what I took away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's all of that is going to be. I think you think about like having you want everybody to be as well rounded as possible because it gives everybody the most opportunity, right? Like the most opportunity to be in different positions, and like we had Mikey happened to be in a spot this year where he shot a ton of deer. Like he happened to be the shooter a bunch of times. He was well-rounded enough. He knew his holdovers. Like he had everything dialed that you needed to have dialed. And he happened to be at the right place, the right time, coupled with the skill set and the
Yep.
tools. But also the other side of that too is that everybody thinks they're in the worst. I shouldn't say it. I mean, you're always
we
in
do.
You're
We are
always
the worst place.
You're
Missing
literally
out.
you're literally in the worst spot until you are not.
Yes.
Yeah.
It literally takes a 3-second interaction to go from the absolute, this is stupid, like
Yep.
negative self-talk, like
Who are you talking
why
about?
are they? We've all been there. Like you battle it. You battle it for sure.
Why you gotta call me out like that?
I'm not calling you out. There's
did me dirty.
If I'm calling you out, I'm calling out a lot of other people. There's times where like I had a drive this year that I was most excited about, and I got out there and was assured I didn't need my sticks and Mikey and
You two really need to work through
No,
some
this
issues
is not my
here.
God. This is
Yeah,
Mikey.
Mikey.
Love you, Mikey.
Oh, gotcha.
So I got out there and I literally was like, "Oh, I'm just a blocker." It was a tiny pinch. It was a pinch point. Couldn't see all the way
Was that
across.
the deer I shot?
Yeah, there was the time you shot that deer,
And it was like, you weren't up in a tree? Why not?
yeah, and it was probably a lot closer than 400 yards. But I was
Yes.
like,
but because I was in the scenario I was in, I just tried to embrace it mentally where I was like, I'm a blocker. I mean, I literally saw deer where I like saw the lower legs, but nothing else. And then they disappeared, but they definitely didn't go out into the open where George was or where I was. And so I was fine with that. It was like, that's just what I need to be doing. But if you can get everybody as well-rounded as possible, like you're going to have at least the opportunity or the chance to be in quote unquote better spots. But I personally like the mentality has to be that like wherever I fit the best is where I need to
Yeah.
be for the team success.
Yeah.
And then again, you're in the worst spot until you're not.
But that was, I think, kind of going back to like the previous episode, like the big difference, one of the big differences I noticed was like this year, like I said, everything felt so well calculated from not just how we're pushing and where we're going to put people, but who we're putting where was very calculated and precise compared
Which was-
to that year when I was just like, all right, you here, and here.
Yep.
You know, and weapons maybe didn't match or skills and abilities or whatnot. And
Yeah.
like, so it was like, yeah, the amount of calculation is way better.
Yeah,
I want to do one thing to that point with you are where you are. Johnny, I mean, he probably didn't have the best location when he shot his buck.
He had the worst spot, on paper.
Yeah, on paper, because he
100%.
couldn't see that much.
He could
but
see like
he literally
30
walked up
yards,
on
40
the
yards.
buck.
But
Yeah,
what did
30
he?
yards.
Yeah, what did
And
he have
had
for a gun?
He had a 12
He had a
right?
12 gauge. So I'm like, where do I put a 12 gauge? In the. See, I don't want to say worst spot anymore because then people are like,
But,
"Oh,
like,
let's put in the wood." It's like
Limited,
that's the perception.
most
where
limited spot.
yeah, this is the shooting range that I feel like is going to be the best.
And that's where I thought
And
about
he
like
got the
for
nice deer.
next year. It was like, all right, I want to come out with a shorty, probably a longer AR, and then a shotgun.
SMG.
Here,
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Big machine gun.
50 cal mounted on the
RPG.
vehicle.
I've heard some
Thermal drone.
Hopefully we don't get pulled over.
This is the thing. I heard some comments of like, I'm just going to bring out a gun that's you got like a
300 Win Mag.
Yeah, where I can only shoot long distance. So then I'm only going to be put in the open where I'm going to have the best. It's like
No, like
so stupid.
multiply
It
your
wasn't-
options,
yeah.
Let them
or
do
just
that.
run
Take
11.
their short
There you go,
spots.
David. Yeah,
Just
for
shoot the
real.
big bucks.
Just
Yep.
let them run everybody should just run like 11.5 or 12.5 AR, and you'll be with a red dot or 1-6, and you'll be good for anything.
honestly, I
Pretty much.
honestly- I
Pretty
basically
much.
think that's the way to go because then you're not having multiple guns. But
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the drives are becoming different where we are. I mean, this year longer shots. I would say this is this year was. It had the ability to have longer shots, like in multiple different
Yeah, there
areas.
was
So
definitely
it
some
was not
long-
like everything's like 60 to 100. It was like quite a few.
Yeah, you had definitely quite a few where it was you were reaching out to 200, 250 if the opportunity came.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. Might not have been high odds, but it was there.
You might be able to see the deer.
Yeah,
I started thinking about like what could I rig up to like attach to a tree so if I had like up in a tree longer shots, I could like have my gun mounted. So I could like
actually
split-
feel
oh, dude,
stable.
I'm totally like thinking through a setup
hey.
for that.
let a brother know when you figure it out. No, that's yeah, and so having anyway, the versatility, I like kind of what you're saying, Ben, where it's like it's not the worst, like not even calling it the worst spot anymore. It's just shorter range spots, longer range spots, mid range, like it's just. And that goes more to the group mentality and like when you talk about group improvement, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's the mentality of having the team's success in mind,
Yeah.
where you're willing to be like, I'm gonna I'll use myself. I know that sounds braggadocious, but I will. I mean, I literally I was really bummed, to be honest. I was like, I'm in one of the best spots right now, and had I known what that deer was, like there would have been options if I was in the air. But it just came down to like I'm going to split between the two areas, but I just need to make sure nothing gets through, and that's what matters because there's all these other people in all these other positions that are going to have better shooting than what I'm going to have.
But go ahead.
That's the mindset though you have to have because it is a team. So like with that drive, I didn't scout out that side because that's not the direction we would normally drive it.
Yep.
So you were adapting on the fly, and for people to be able to know that, hey, my job isn't necessarily to get the deer. My job is to make sure the deer can't get through, and then that means other people can shoot it. And that's like the whole.
And I think the way you set up that particular drive, that's what like caused the deer I got to work out the way it did. It was because where everybody was placed and how I was placed, being up in that tree.
Yep.
So like Ivory, her being 50, 60 yards south of me, but on the ground, didn't see it till well later.
Well,
Wait,
dude,
Now,
there's
I was-
so
I
many.
was-
There's
if
so
I
many
was
elements.
not in that tree.
Yep.
I mean, there's like that tree and 2 other trees I could have been in, but they're all basically in the same
Well,
line.
we had driven. There's so many elements. Like once we start working through your buck story, there are so many elements to that
That's for the
push.
Patreon only.
There was so many elements, and I'm half convinced that that was the deer that came there based off past intel from when we drove
From
it
the
earlier
previous
in the
week.
season. And I was like, I wouldn't be
I like how you
surprised.
say earlier in the season. You mean the week before?
Yeah, the week before. Yeah, I'm used to archery.
Yeah,
That could
archery.
mean a lot of different things, right? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so there, it'll be fun to put all the pieces together on that and hear all the perspectives on it. But yeah, I think the mentality is massive, and then with the group development, if we can move into that a little bit, like to me, the biggest thing with the group development is like you got mindset, which is positive. David, you can attest to that, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's literally, it's going to be it's like any team. If you've got a guy who's complaining or like doesn't like what's happening, it's a cancer. And I think like it's that big of a deal. Like it can change and shift your perspective on the whole day and be like,
Depends on what car you're in, even.
Yeah.
You got something that's a Debbie Downer. It's like, get me out of here.
David was with us for a few hours. Everything was great. And then like an hour and a half later, he's like, we're done for the day, dude. There's no deer out here.
Snowing. That does. Yeah.
And so, yeah, so mentality to me, like having a positive mindset and like you're locked into what we're doing. And then, I mean, what would you think would be some of like the group improvement side of things? I've got some more ideas, but
Group improvement.
I would just say real quick from like an outside perspective, being I'm still so new to this whole deer drive thing. A, because it's illegal in Minnesota, because they're no fun over there. But B, again, just not having the opportunity. Like I think that's kind of one of the cool things. Like my outside perspective with deer drives was always just like chaotic. Like maybe there's some organization so if people obviously don't shoot one another, but it was just like a very like just collective of individuals versus like what you're doing here. It's like no, it's an actual like this is a team sport. Like I mean, really,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
let's call it what it is. This is a team effort to make all these things happen. So that's where that's the fun of it. Like that's
Yeah.
what like I want to come back next year and do it because I was like, oh, that was a cool, fun like team.
yeah.
Especially this year, where it was like, all right, like just seeing all the who has what skills and abilities and placing them here, there, and wherever, and like that's
Yeah.
the fun part of it.
And with that, like it was cool to see like different people like, oh, I'm gonna start tracking how many deer we're seeing during the
Yeah.
season, and then like, oh, we're gonna track, how has our actual shooting been?
Which we should probably do that every day, so that way it's like a little more precise and
Yeah, yeah.
we remember.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do a round count after every day.
Check your max.
You know, one thing cool too is like if like Ethan shoots a buck, it feels like the whole group shot the buck.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you have a piece of that versus if you're like by yourself and you shoot a deer. Like I used to do, always walk on myself doing still hunting. I would shoot a buck and it'd be like, okay, anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Drag it back.
It's like, oh, my season's over.
You know, actually, I just moved out to the country, and I've always been a public hunter. In the city and blah blah blah. Now that I moved out of the country, I had a blind behind my house. I shot a nice 8, and it was like I walked out there half an hour, shot the thing, and then it was like, I don't even treat that rack like any of my other ones. It's like, yeah, I shot it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a pet almost.
Dude.
Just like
That and that goes to that mentality too, like the group mentality where it's like you've got the buy-in where people are like positive mindset, and a massive part of that, especially as we're chasing more bucks.
Yeah.
Because that's when it becomes
Oh, we haven't even talked about that.
I know, which we'll probably get into later, but like to what David's saying essentially is where it's like you have people that get as excited for the person as themselves
Yes.
getting it is so huge.
Yeah, well, Isaiah was. Well, what were you saying before the podcast? You were talking about like even like getting the text messages.
Oh yeah, like just getting the pictures or the text of like, hey, you guys get that? Oh yeah, I'm coming over here. Let me check it out. And they're like, oh, you got a sick buck, and then get some pictures rolling in, and I'm like, oh man, I just wish I was there just to
It's so good.
experience
Yeah.
just that moment with all the guys,
The camaraderie,
the camaraderie. It's like
Yeah.
that's the best part. It's like I don't like. Yes, everyone wants to shoot a buck. Everyone wants to shoot a deer, but everyone celebrates for everyone, whoever does it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's my favorite part is like being able to have that for 9 days or how many days there are. Was this season was 9 days?
Yep. 9 days,
9
yep.
days. Yeah. So it's just like that's the most exciting part for me.
Yeah,
That's
so
really
I
been
100%
the
agree.
like the driving for just even our bow hunting this year. We did so much more hunting together to have that like
to share in
to
it, yeah.
share like to have that shared opportunity. Otherwise,
Yeah, and at times it comes at a price. I mean, obviously deer drives are things a little bit different, but like we've done it at a price of like our odds may be lower hunting this close to each other, but also like we're in this together and that makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's the only experience I get is you guys shooting deer. So,
we need to change that, man. We gotta get you on a monster.
no. So
We gotta get
Yep,
the
this is a
captain,
perfect opportunity
gotta get
to
the
talk, man.
commander to shoot a monster.
See, Dusty, this is the
okay.
mindset.
So
Go ahead,
I
Ben.
mean,
Pop off,
I mean-
King.
basically when Derek and Owen and I came out, and I'm like, this is our buck. I mean, you didn't shoot it. Ira didn't shoot it.
Yeah, we don't.
no.
We don't know who
Yeah.
killed it.
But like, it was like, dude, like I had the dream team for that buck, and actually, the buck that Ivory got too, the 9-pointer. It's like literally we pushed it exactly how I envisioned it, and the buck came out. I didn't know exactly where the buck's going to come out, but like it's like it felt like every time you guys shoot a buck or even a doe, but it's obviously way cooler when
Yeah.
it's a buck. It's like it literally is like, dude, everything came together. I'm all about like the strategy and like the how can we all work together as a group, and it just
I can relate to that as a coach.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna
with
say,
coaching at the
offensive
gym, like,
coordinator.
I love watching my athletes compete and coaching them to success. Like that,
Yeah.
that really brings me more joy than competing myself.
Yeah, yeah. And like an offensive coordinator, it's like he's not running touchdowns in,
But
but like that's
if there's a monster out there, we got to get you to shoot
It's a-
a monster.
it's
I would
nice
be bow
sentiment.
hunting though. Like I'm like I bow hunted a lot. I started at the same time I started gun hunting.
Okay.
But it's like I'm by myself. I get bored, I get in my mind, start thinking about work.
he goes really
It's-
dark places.
Dude,
It's not
I
good.
feel that.
It's so deer drives is just like it's a group sport like you said, and so that's where I find a lot of joy, and I know Derek feels the same way, where it's just like, dude, we got this buck out to them. Like it was not easy, some of the stuff
Yeah.
we go through, but it's like it's worth it when you start hearing shooting.
I'd rather push.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Really, that's crazy. That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean, I don't-
it's
I don't-
awesome. Yeah.
Well, I don't mind the like. Well, it sucks, but it's all. I got a thing for like stuff that sucks,
Dude,
Like, I
it's-
like doing things that suck.
Yep.
And so when you look at a drive and you're like looking at it on Onyx and we're talking about it, it's like this is super thick. This it's like this is going to be terrible, and it's like there's the part of me. It's like yes.
Yeah.
go
It's
through
that
it.
type 2 fun.
And then
too.
you start hearing shooting, and like you've said before, it's like it's so exciting when you start hearing shooting. It's
like
and then you
Christmas.
start hearing people yelling like it's a buck, and then you get out and you hear it's like a big buck. It's like this is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like we'll always get meat, but
Yep.
yeah, I don't know.
No, it's solid. It's solid. I don't know if you guys want. Is there any more? I mean, we've talked. There's kind of drive process is kind of the last thing we have on our board is essentially on this particular topic. Would we do anything different with the actual drive process, like how we're setting up efficiencies? Like, is there anything that was glaring from this season that you're like, oh man, I'd probably do that a little bit differently next time?
There's quite a bit in my mind.
Go ahead. Well, now's the time,
Can I bring up one thing?
please.
And I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
I'll stop recording. Hold on.
Please do.
On air or
Don't
off air?
don't say names, Dave. But go
No,
on.
but like we really need
Or
to hash
locations.
out a time frame or something with tracking deer. And I'm not pointing at anyone, but like you can see, like even with my brother shooting at that deer standing and he shot it 5 times, we took, well, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes looking for a deer. We couldn't find blood. And at some point you got to be like, okay, it's your deer. If you want to continue, you have to continue on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I wrote down some things on the paper I gave you. So
We can see you didn't read it.
So, basically the way that I have like the process laid out in my mind is if someone shoots at a deer, that's a sitter. So they're going to stay in their position, making that completely clear. Then you're going to have one of the pushers going to that sitter and then being guided by them to look for first blood. And then, sorry, going back a second. So after the deer drive's called done, so I have a process for when the deer drive starts, the deer drive's done that I want to work through with you guys off air. But it's going to be basically at the end of it, I'm going to, once everyone's communicated to me, I'm going to let everyone know drive is done, and then has anyone shot any deer? If someone's shot a deer, then start the process. Because that's where we lost most of the time, was the tracking and the confusion of the deer drive being done. So I want to get more deer drives in. So it would be call done, and then it's going to be going to the people that shot at deer, one person getting on that blood, and then once they found blood or hair or were shot or whatever, then it's going to be that person and the shooter tracking the deer. And while everyone's getting rounded up, you guys basically, that takes like 20, 30 minutes maybe. Then we determine on if those people are going to continue to track it, if they feel that they haven't, done a good enough job or need to, spend more time. And then basically the team deciding if we're going to try pushing this deer out or do a sweep of the area altogether, or if we're going to go on to the next drive while you guys continue tracking. And then there's no pressure like, oh, everyone's waiting for me, and then you're making unethical decisions on, I haven't tracked this deer long enough kind of thing. But there's a lot of people that are being held, I don't want to say held up, but can we get to the next deer drive?
No, they're absolutely being held up.
Just-
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's not. Yeah, so my deer was a perfect example of it, right? I mean, we had a buck on a drive, put shots on it, a lot of shots, but both of them. They got some shots in the vitals, two shots in the vitals, boys, in a very small window. Anyway, and we were tracking that for probably a good hour with two shots in the vitals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good hour, 260 some yards on Onyx, I think it was, and
No snow.
no snow.
Oh, okay.
And so it was tedious for as far as the group side of it goes. And yeah, that was definitely a massive learning curve this year. Was like, okay, because I didn't feel like ethically, I was like, I need to stay on this. Like, I don't feel clear to be like, oh yeah, this deer's alive and well. And so we stayed on it, and we did end up finding it, which David on the phone, I heard him on speakerphone going, there's no way they found that. What are the chances of that? And I have to give credit to Johnny, because he was like the guru on tracking. It was unreal, the stuff he was reading. But that was one of those times where, looking back, it was like, efficiencies, group process, it's like, oh, we can easily hammer this out to where it's like, you've essentially got a volunteer, maybe it's not obviously we can work out the details, but you've got a volunteer with the shooter. Like, the shooter is the one who has to make the call on whether they're going to keep tracking or not, because you've got to follow your moral compass, essentially, on when you're giving up on a deer. And so that was the perfect example. When you've got 12 people out there, 10 people, whatever, waiting for a guy or two to figure it out, it's like you can waste a lot of man hours standing around. You got people taking work off. It's a huge deal.
And a big part, I think, is you have too many guys in the area.
They
Tracking.
dunk it up.
So many times I've tracked deer hundreds of yards. Probably up to a mile. And everything counts. Like every movement of a branch, broken of a branch.
Leaf roughed up a little bit.
Yeah, and sometimes you can see even these branches are broken this direction.
Yep.
Oh, this is where it went.
Yeah.
And if you have 5-6 guys in the woods moving around, you lose a lot of that.
Well, and you made a lot of good calls on that track, because you were with us initially. Well, probably for the first half at least, right? And you saw a lot of things we weren't seeing, and you were like, we need to not be doing what we're doing, guys.
Too many
At
people
some
out
point,
there.
That was I think part of that was that you feel the pressure. I know I felt the pressure of we got to figure this out quick.
Yeah.
Instead of we need to do this methodically. Because when I'm archery hunting, it's one of my favorite parts is tracking a deer.
Yes.
I want to bring Dusty along or whatever, have at least Ben along, where it's I've got a guy where it's you've got the anchor. It's here's last blood, and then it's
I'm good for that, guys.
Yeah,
I'm real good for that.
yeah. He's colorblind.
Color challenged.
You are. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Oh, I do have something on this. I did take a tracking course, and it was for people.
You psycho.
Bill, turn back around, people. Bill, turn back
There
around.
are
It's
there
not
are
a
a
civilian
couple
course.
formations you can use. I think would be really helpful in tracking a deer to make it faster and more efficient. And so maybe that's something we could do. And we won't get
We'll
into the
add
technical
that-
side of
add that to the
people
training.
tracking, but like just some of the formations you can do and the reasons why you do it. It speeds up the process while having people with guns up if the deer gets up. And so there are a
That's all
couple.
I'm good for.
There are a couple. There's a couple formations you can do that actually really help with having
I won't
the
accept
people stay
anything.
on the track, but also have people with guns up ahead. So there's a couple things that we can do that might work. We could test it and just see if it's helpful at all.
Yeah.
But it could be.
That's the only reason why I think like having more people's nice is because if you have two people like tracking because someone loses it and they need to look, but like many times we've been tracking a deer and it gets up
And it
runs
gets up.
away, and then
It'll
you-
get up 20, 30 yards in front of you, and you don't have people covering for that.
You're looking at
Yeah.
the ground for signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flying V is the only formation I'll accept, guys.
No.
Isaiah's like, no.
No, we do it's called a Y formation. And so you got two guys ahead,
Yep.
but offset to the side. And if there's any like major terrain features, like say a river or a open swamp or something, but they're keeping their guns up and heads up, and they're just watching, like kind of like looking forward. And then when you guys are staying on the track, so no one's
They
messing up the
adjust to
track,
that?
they adjust
Oh,
as you
interesting.
go.
This
And
is
so if they
interesting.
see if they see tracks cut in front of them with blood, then they go, "Hey guys, fresh blood up here," and then you guys just run up to the next guy.
Yep.
And then those two guys stay ahead, like trackers are in the middle. These guys are like this.
Yeah.
And then so you're just kind of doing this.
This is why you guys got to watch on YouTube.
And so that might work. I don't know
flying
how well,
Y.
but so you could do it with like say one or two guys tracking the blood, and then the two guys kind of pushed up, just scanning if anything gets up.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
interesting.
volunteer as a guns up guy.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Derek
sense.
does too.
so yeah.
What are the odds?
I think
in
it
a
would be
hunting party,
faster.
there's two colorblind guys. Like,
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but we will accept you guys regardless.
It's because we're the equipment nerds.
Yeah.
We're good for something.
But yeah, we could do a little testing with that and just see if it works
That-
faster.
Yeah.
So-
Especially initially if you have decent blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like a guy would probably, if they're likely to cut
Yeah.
the track pretty easily. Sweet. I don't know if we want to jump into if our buck drives are still a working theory or not.
Dude, I think we're
good on this one?
I think we should. Yeah, that should be the next episode.
All right, sick. All right, well then we will wrap it up for the second week in a row.
Oh man, hopefully we can get everybody back next week.
Yeah, guys, buckle up because it's gonna we've got some real fun topics coming up that, might want to clear your schedules. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, guys, and we
Remember,
will.
like, share, and subscribe.
There you go. Yeah. And if you don't know how, have a techie friend help you, David. All right. Peace
Peace
out.
out.